Welcome to This On Season 7, Episode 34, where we watch Celebrity Prank Wars, Season 1, Episode 4, with Joel McHale and Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
What is happening? I'm Chris Lorenz.
So he'll be safe in the chair. Yeah. This is Brian.
Gonna show you. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah. Gonna show you how the prank sausage is made. This is Noah Singer.
We figured out how to turn tea time into TNT time. This is Joel Max Hale.
Oh, nice.
You can thank Noah for that silence and his great joke. Those are all reference
Sorry.
quotes.
Yeah, I am not on drugs. Like, what happened is I wrote my quip down wrong. And so I was reading it, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make good English. And so I think, yeah.
Those are all quotes from today's show. But last week we watched Supermarkets. Some of us watched Supermarket Stakeout on the Food Network, and we put a poll on Twitter, and you guys voted it middle third show. And tell us what you thought about this show on Twitter at HooperThisOn. Noah, what was the show we watched this week?
Get ready, buckle up. When Nick Cannon sent Kevin Hart a live llama to his house on his birthday present, it could have been one and done, and well played by Nick, but it wasn't. Kevin Hart retaliated by paying for several expensive billboards in several major cities displaying Nick Cannon's private cell phone number. This story made headlines across the country. It was so funny and unexpected that now Kevin and Nick's celebrity friends want in. Every episode of Celebrity Prank Wars will feature two new celebrities planning, plotting, and perpetrating some of the biggest, wildest, and most viral pranks on each other in hopes of being judged the winner of the prank war. This is Celebrity Prank War on E! Or NBC.
I gotta chime in immediately. Do we think this original llama prank was a psyop? Was it like guerrilla marketing for this eventual show?
I don't think so. I think that was that. I feel like that's true. They did this prank war, and then they decided, oh, that could be somebody. Maybe not them. Decided that could be a good, fun show.
This is my moon landing, Chris. Okay.
I just want to say we watched this particular episode because this particular episode is free to watch, whereas episode 1 and the latest episode are not free to watch, which is so weird. Why would you not want episode 1 to be free to watch? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, the whole Xfinity Comcast universe of content makes no sense here. There's the Peacock app, which they're investing tons. But no, this is not available on the Peacock app. You have to download the NBC app to watch this.
Yeah, weird stuff. And I just want to get this out of the way because this show is fucking terrible. And do not watch the show.
Do not watch this. No,
I would encourage you, if you love pranks, just fast forward. Go to the 20-minute minute and then the 45th minute of this show. Great time.
One of them is barely a prank.
I was about to say, like, the
all right,
first
great time compared to the other 20, 40 minutes of the show.
Yeah, there's about 45 seconds of this show that is enjoyable when Anthony Anderson might have killed someone. The rest of this is terrible.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it. I think this might be a contender for worse than Celebrity Apprentice.
It's really, really bad.
One of the worst ways to spend my time I've ever done.
So here's the gist of the show, just so we can paint a word picture here for you. So the show starts with Kevin Hart and not Joel McHale, Nick Cannon. They're like in the studio. They're like, "Ooh, it's gonna be great pranks." And then they bring in the celebrity, the first celebrity, which is Joel McHale. And then they're like, "Oh, he's gonna prank Anthony Harris. They're friends." Blah blah blah.
Anthony Anderson.
That will keep happening for some reason, and I don't know why. Anthony Anderson. So for each segment here, you've got Kevin Hart or Nick Cannon. They have a one-on-one conversation with the celebrity that wants to prank the other celebrity. Then this, which is all fake and not recorded in real time, is the stupidest fucking shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Then the celebrity that is gonna prank the other celebrity talks to this guy named Kevin that like is the real producer of the show, produces the pranks, and they fake come up with what the prank's gonna be, which is a completely terrible conversation that no one gives a fuck about. And then you go to prank day and it's the celebrity setting up for prank day and the pranker setting up for the prank day. And oh, look at this prank. This is what the prank's going to be. We're going to preview the prank and then we're going to keep talking about the prank and you're going to talk about the prank. And so you don't give a fuck about the prank anymore. And then they're going to do the prank and it's not going to be a prank. It's just going to be shitty. And it's just like, ugh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it really dragged on so long.
Like, I literally did not care about the prank by the time they showed the prank.
Wow. Yeah, I actively looked up like if I could see if I could find it on TikTok, so I didn't have to watch this anymore.
Max.
I was genuinely watching TikTok during the show because it was dragging on so long. I didn't give a shit. And the second half of it was the worst prank. It was barely a prank. Fuck.
Yeah, Joel, like, so let's just briefly go over the fuck pranks. So
Neither of the pranks were even in character for. Okay, just go over it.
yeah, we're just then we can.
I'm just really steamed.
So the first prank is they go to a golf range and they're trying to make it seem like Anthony Anderson hits the like golf cart, like ball picker up cart, and then it blows up. So like he goes behind the section that they've inserted in the the golf range thing, and there's a bunch of explosives behind it. So this cart goes behind it, it blows up. That's the prank, is to get Anthony to think that he's responsible for this thing to happen, which is literally impossible.
Yeah, if I just like hit a cart and it blows up, like it's like, oh,
Like you're shocked because that fucking cart exploded, but you're not like, oh my god, I did that.
Yeah,
like you're just like, oh shit, that guy's dead. Like the explosion there, it was a pretty big explosion. Like on MythBusters, this is like their original explosion, like big explosion.
Yeah.
This isn't like massive, but like it's pretty big. They even show like the smoke cloud going in the sky, which might have been the best camera work in this whole episode.
yep, love watching that explosion.
And then the second prank was, oh, what the fuck was this thing? Oh, so they get Joel McHale in a makeup chair and they lock him in, kind of, not really. And then he's surprised on a Jazzy and he gets spun around this like obstacle course where there's like, I don't know, cocaine cannon, as they said in the show, which is really just like whatever.
Confetti or whatever.
There's some sort of confetti cannon. And there was,
Wait, that wasn't Nick Cannon's newest child?
Didn't he have like 7 baby moms?
we're gonna get into that.
Okay.
Spoiler, we'll talk about that later because I think it is really interesting. Way more interesting than the show.
Sure.
And then he just keeps spinning them, and there's a finish line, and he gets super wet. And then one of the most exciting things of the episode happens is they get to this Anthony Land merch setup, and just Joel McHale dunks on Anthony at this like merch thing, and just like smashes it all, and it's like the most fun in this whole episode.
Yeah, it actually felt like they had a good friendship from that.
Yeah, it was fun. That was good. But yes, Max, please continue shitteth on these.
Okay. For starters, a prank, you can't be expecting a prank. And there's no way you can do like, a network television style prank show. I mean, okay,
But what about Punk'd?
Right, no, Punk'd is the great counterexample, but this format, you can't do it. Like, how is he going to show up to a golf course, just, normal day, I'm going to the golf course that happens to be especially set up today.
Yeah, with all these cameras.
Yeah. Like, if you know it's about to happen to you in the next like hour or so, what's the fucking point?
Okay, I do think that the first prank is always plausible. So let's say you just reach out to those two and it's like, hey, you want to be on Celebrity Prank Wars? Cool. We'll hit you up when we find somebody for you to prank. Like, you don't have to know about the other person or anything. So Anthony could just shown up and like been like, oh yeah, like this is a celebrity stunt thing with Joel, ha ha ha, and then oh shit, something happens. The second one is complete BS. Like, now you know that there's
It's
going
a
to be
war.
retaliation.
It's a war.
You know there's going to be retaliation. So like, why did Anthony even try to bring him on? It's like, no, I'm just not going to go. Whatever.
I think that you could treat it like if this was a real prank war, like you could treat the second punishment more like a haunted house, where like they don't know when it's going to happen, and you have like multiple setups that don't actually lead anywhere.
Oh
then,
yeah.
then like it's like, oh, when is the slap gonna come? You know, that's like what a real prank war is about. It's like, oh, when is it gonna happen? But that's obviously not conducive to making a television show.
So Chris, how would you get back Joel McHale?
How would I get back Joel McHale?
Yeah, how would you prank him back?
I would put saran wrap on his toilet. Obviously, the classic prank.
Sure. Yeah, I feel like I'd catch on pretty early though.
Yeah, I mean that's you know, that's just one. Yeah, that's how I get him back. I don't need to
Okay.
do multiple pranks. Then he
Okay.
pranks me. Then I got to prank him again.
Okay.
And if he's gonna start escalating, then I got to start escalating. You know,
I got you.
I think it's better when you would like, hey, take something out, like do something to their house while they're not there. Then they come back. Seems like a better prank
Totally.
because you're like, yeah. Just this, but you could. I also feel like you could also go this haunted house setup. We're like, okay, you got to walk through this house. You know, there's shit in this house, but you don't know when. You don't know exactly where, and you could scare or be laughed or like laugh. You could laugh at something like that, right?
What if you could just like sign away your rights to be pranked in any way for like the time span of 1 month for one occasion?
I mean,
And you'll know who the other celebrity is. It could be anyone.
it's true. I do think that the Impractical Jokers have some good like quote unquote punishments that would work as like quote unquote pranks.
Sure.
Like there was one where they like put somebody in, like this guy had to play, one of them had to play a VR game. And then when they got out of the, like a VR horror game, and we got out of the VR horror game, they rearranged the room to make it look like the VR horror game.
Oh, that's pretty good.
This is, yeah. Like that would have been a good prank. Like, hey, it's like, hey, come over play a VR game. And then the prank is that when he lives it off, like he's in the game. Like it might not be the best, like funny prank, but it'd be a prank.
It's something.
Yeah, it's better than this.
It's better than the RC Barber wheelchair.
Jazzy. It's a jazzy.
What is a jazzy? You said this word jazzy. What is a jazzy?
It's one of those wheelchairs that like can turn on a dime. Like it doesn't have.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, so it like handles corners well. Have you not been watching late night TV ever in your life?
Not really.
Okay, all right.
I feel like that's the wrong audience for it, but
Sorry.
Like they're not showing this on Adult Swim.
no way. But also that you have to remote control it. Oh, that was.
I thought that was the best part. I mean, like that was the better part. Is the fact that Anthony was the one just messing with Joel in the chair. I thought the best part was when he was running into shit, like
yeah.
like at the beginning. That guys, this show is fucking shit.
Like we can even immediately create more pranks in there, like just run them through like a bale of hay or something, and then it's like
I just don't understand how the first prank was supposed to work. So, okay. So they're trying to get Anthony to think he's the one that made this thing explode. So the idea is to have him hit the car. This is the ideal situation. He hits the car goes behind the thing, it explodes.
Yeah.
We've already talked about that's nonsense. That doesn't make any sense. Now, their second way to do this is they're going to have some black guy named Bob
Yeah.
leave the car and the keys on the table. Like drop like right off. And then some other guy is going to come up, take the keys and get in the car. Then he's going to go behind. Meanwhile, they're making some gasoline smells.
They're
So
trying
like
to make it
make it seem like there's a gas leak. So this guy takes it, he's gonna go behind this thing, and then it's gonna explode. And it exploded because of this gas leak. But in what way is Anthony involved with this at all?
He's not.
He's not. Why did they do the whole thing about leaving the keys?
To make it so, I think there's some idea in somebody's head that if Anthony is responsible because he let the other guy take the thing, he take the keys and take the
Oh.
but like in what world is that his fault? He didn't leave them there.
Right.
It's not his responsibility. That's what I'm saying. It's
I
like
mean,
in somebody's head, I feel like that's how it's working.
it'd be one thing if it was like, oh, my ball is the one that triggered the fire. Like if they mounted the pyrotechnics on the golf cart.
Yeah. And then, but they do make some sort of shot to make it seem like Anthony hits the cart right as it goes behind the thing.
I think that's bullshit.
I also
Yeah.
think that's bullshit, but they made some sort of, like a lot of shots on the show are bullshit. But like they actually made it seem like.
We watched like 10 minutes of them hitting golf balls and trying to hit it and completely missing.
It's just, Brian, why'd you remind me of that? It's just so infuriating.
Can you guys do me a favor? You know,
Yeah.
you know that song that's like, "Don't worry, be happy." Who's that by?
Anthony Harris.
Bobby McFerrin, Black Guy Named Bob.
Oh.
What about that? What about that Bob Marley guy, Black Guy Named Bob?
Yeah. Well,
right.
He was so suspicious about a Black Guy Named Bob.
We weren't the ones that said that black people can't be named Bob. Anthony Anderson said that.
Yeah, I'm not blaming you guys. I'm just saying, you know, he really needs to look up his Black Guys Named Bob.
Debunked.
You should tweet at him. We should tweet at him, maybe.
What year is this show from? 2017?
No, this is a recent show.
What the
This is
fuck?
on television right now.
America, get ready for more of this with that writer's strike.
Oh,
More of
good.
this quality
Oh,
television.
Yeah. This is just this show reminds me a lot of that celebrity dating game where like the dating game has 2 segments per 20 minutes, but the celebrity one, that's got to be 2 segments per, an hour.
I mean,
This is just ridiculous.
I gotta ask: are all of these, celebrity prank wars, Celebrity Apprentice, are they all part of the same cinematic universe
Obviously.
of just awful shows? Like, it has a pretty bad track record.
I think that, you get a lot of shows that are just like, these are regular Joe schmoes. And then you get celebrity versions of them. And they're inherently worse because the celebrities they don't take as many risks. They don't have as much to they don't care as much,
I can think of one counterexample, which is the American Great British Bake Off Championship.
Is there a celebrity version of that?
Yeah, there was the American Celebrity one-off on Roku
yeah,
TV,
yeah.
and we didn't hate it mostly because
No,
it
I
had
never seen it. I just said
Janet.
that the regular version is generally better. Not that not the celebrity version is bad, just that the regular version is inherently better.
Also, that was British, so it's got that going for it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I would call it a transatlantic production.
Oh man, I gotta talk about this
Talk away.
call between Nick Cannon and Kevin Hart and one of the celebrities. Like the celebrity is clearly talking to a producer, and then they have Kevin Hart just pretend to ask the questions to the celebrity, and it is the most fake fucking shit I've ever seen in a reality show. And it's agonizingly bad.
Yep.
Like Kevin Hart's just like, oh, so you're saying like we should get the thing and then it'll rotate and it'll be like an amusement park? Like, what are you thinking? And then, Anthony's like, yeah, I'm thinking about having it like be like a ride that, we could put Joel on. And I'm like, what conversation did you just fucking have? Because that's not it.
Oh, there's
Preaching to the choir here, baby.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Should we just talk about Nick Cannon's kids right now?
Sure.
Let's just talk about Nick Cannon's kids. I gotta get this article up because he's got 12 kids.
And some of them have funny names, I think.
Oh yeah. So he was married to Mariah Carey for 2008 to 2016, and they have twins, Moroccan and Monroe.
Okay.
Not too bad. Moroccan. It's a little weird. Anyway,
fine-ish.
So then he's got Golden, Powerful, and Rise.
Wow.
With Brittany Bell.
Okay.
He's got twins, Zion and Zillion.
Zillion.
Okay.
Okay.
And Beautiful.
Sure.
Beautiful Cannon.
With DJ Abi De La Rosa. And then we got Legendary with Selling Sunset cast member Brie Tiesi.
Okay.
And we got Halo, and one of his sons passed away, Zen. As a baby.
Wow. Unexpected sad turn of events.
Yeah. He's going to use that for a sob story for the rest of his, network career.
We're talking about Nick Cannon's kids. Sorry. Noah had to dip out for a bit, but he's back.
And we're going to talk about the last one he's got is Onyx.
Onyx. Okay.
He's got 5 of these kids are 1 or under.
Yeah, he definitely had a moment in 2022.
It's funny I was reading, I think, Wikipedia on him, and it said at some point in 2021, he decided to be celibate. And then he had a kid with somebody in June of 2022. And I was like, that celibacy really lasted very long, didn't it? Like, it couldn't even have lasted like maybe 6 months if the beginning of 2021. And I thought that was hilarious. The other thing,
these guys are weirdos.
According to this article, he claims to make. Okay, Brian, you know the answer here. So Noah, what do you think Nick Cannon claims he makes per year?
Per year? Claims he makes.
Yeah.
Claims. I'm gonna go with $14 million.
Max.
37 mil.
$100 million.
Price is Right rules. I think I win.
Max does win.
I think you win
definitely
regardless. Not this Price is Right garbage.
$100 million a year.
I should get he claims to make $20 million from the Masked Singer per year.
That is not surprising to me.
Really? No, he doesn't make that much.
That's what he said
But
in his
probably
article that came out like 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's just not true.
I'm just telling you, he had a bunch of other stuff. He apparently does a ton of shit. So am I going to doubt the guy? Yes. That could it be possible? Sure.
Yo, is that one of Nick Cannon's kids?
I think so.
Can I add one more show?
Is that legendary?
Like, I want Nick Cannon to host Kids Say the Darndest Things just with his kids.
I mean, he's got a show coming up, I think. I think that's part of his 10-year plan is to have some sort of 10 kids and counting kind of reality show.
Oh, definitely. I could see some Vanderpump Rules or something.
What about what's the polygamous show?
Oh, Seeking Brother
Kids?
No, not Seeking one, but the other one. Just Brother Husbands or whatever.
Sister Wives?
Sister Wives. I don't know. No, not the Brother Husband show. Not that one. The Sister Wives one.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Like that one. Like where it's just like him and all his wives lived in the same complex or right next door with all the kids. Yeah. According to this interview, he said that he had these kids because all these women came to him and said their biological clock is ticking. And that's why he has 5 kids under 1.
He's just like, okay, like this is why he broke celibacy.
I mean, that's probably a pretty good reason.
What a weirdo.
Like some hot woman comes to your door is like, I'm 32. I need to have babies now. And Nick's like, all right,
I got you.
his pants are off.
Hey, either he's
You
doing
can't
it
blame
all or he's got some strong swimmers or something.
He's just banging a lot,
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting the job done. He's not going to let any woman down.
So a few months ago, Cannon rebutted a tabloid report that he pays $3 million per year in child support. In fact, he responded the figure was actually much higher.
I was going to say like that. That's way too low.
No, $3 million per child?
Oh, $3 million per child. No.
Oh
way.
no, $3 million per year child
Yeah.
support. Okay. But like child support is based on how much money you actually earn. You can't just like make that money up. Like make that number up. So that's why the 100 million makes,
Yeah,
I'm
he
looking
should
it
have
up.
that number.
Okay. You pay 17% for 1 child, 25% for 2 children, 29% for 3 children. I don't know how this works across different baby mamas.
I think it just resets per baby mama.
Okay, here I found the article when he talks about what he makes money. So he says the Masked Singer, which he gets paid 20 million. I already said that. He hosts Wild and Out, the freestyle comedy show, which he created in 2005, which is filming its 21st season, which never heard of it. There's a Live Nation Wild and Out arena tour. He owns 2 bars in San Diego and Miami. I think that's just 1 bar in each place. He's doing Beat Shazam, fill-in gig.
Yep.
I don't know. He's doing Celebrity Prank Wars. He recently shot Council Culture for Freevee, a male version of The View. He has some sort of
Sorry, hold up. Male version of The View is called The Council?
council culture. Like, you're going to counsel someone.
Oh, okay.
He has like some sort of music thing he's doing. He does a 3-hour live radio show for Amazon's AMP app. Like,
So he's getting around.
He's doing a lot, but I just can't imagine anything equals the amount of Masked Singer.
I think what's really interesting is none of this is like, I don't know, creative or,
I mean, to make it
soul
3 hours,
nourishing.
the 3-hour radio show is pretty hard, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably the most interesting one. But all the other hosting shit, he's just playing the same character over and over again. He's
Where is he
playing Nick
finding the time
Cannon.
to bang?
That's a great question.
That's good. I just like I don't understand why Fox would pay $20 million to him. Fucking anyone could do that job. He does nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's the stupidest job to pay anyone any amount of money for. It's like, hey, here's the next one. Hey, like who do you think these people are? That's it. That's his 2 lines for the whole fucking show.
Oh Lord.
Like oh, whatever. All right. Does anyone want to talk about the show at all?
No.
No.
Questions? Should we do-
I wasn't even here, and I
well,
talked about
while
it.
you were gone, all we talked about was Nick Cannon. Like we don't even care
Did you
about
guys-
Kevin Hart. We don't care about Joel McHale or Anthony Anderson. We just spent 10 minutes on, Nick Cannon. That's it.
So Nick
All right.
Cannon has 5 Mambo.
6 or 7, I believe.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. You can count them.
Just quick. So, did you guys go over like how does he do holidays or birthdays? Did you guys touch on that?
No, it wasn't in the article I read.
Like, I'm just curious. Like, what do you think he does?
I'm gonna assume he's mostly not in their lives.
Yeah.
He just pays the monies. But I would love to know that he lives in like a compound with all these women and kids. I'm
Well,
saying
one of
Mariah
the-
Carey is not in this compound.
Right, I was gonna say, yeah.
Is this just the world's weirdest rebounds?
All right. Who's the worst human being in
Nick
this?
Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
All right. Nick Cannon's fine. I think this is a downgrade for everyone involved,
Yeah.
Very much.
including me. Yes, me too. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for pointing that out. No one cares about production schedule. What we really care about, though, is drinking rules. That's what we need. Every time you notice you haven't been watching, take a drink.
Every time Kevin Hart fake laughs, take a drink.
Every time they say prank, take a drink.
No,
Every time they try to cover up the boringness of the show with superlatives, then wasn't that funny? Take a drink.
okay, I've got some costs for you. Every time you fast forward, that's a shot.
Ooh.
Every time you shut off the show before it ends, that's 2 shots.
It might be worth it.
That's a penalty. It's a penalty for putting it on.
What-
Is the real? That's what it really is.
Is there a penalty for trying to look up if you can speed it up? Because that's what I tried to do.
Well, you got to get Max involved. He's got all the browser extensions.
Every time you put on this show, down a fifth of vodka, you'll need it.
Yeah.
Noah, you have a last one or no?
It doesn't deserve my energy.
All right.
Sorry, not us, but the show.
Yeah.
Would this show be better as a Who Put This On original, aka a Quibi? Because we're the only ones that ever talk about Quibi, apparently. This is it.
Definitely.
I
No,
tried to look
take it away.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, the TikTok is obviously way better as TikTok.
Yeah.
3-minute TikTok,
TikTok.
boom, done. 2 3-minute TikToks, I think, would be ideal.
3-minute TikTok? I don't know. I think, like, you know who these people are, right? You do like
Yeah, but
literally
you
a
can
5-second
swipe away
intro.
when you're bored.
Yeah, but I think it's like a 5-second intro. Hey, I'm Nick Cannon. I'm gonna go prank Kevin Hart. Cool. Go into it. Hey, here we're here. That's like the next 5 seconds. Like it's
I mean, I don't know. Should we have an edit off who could edit the better TikTok from the show?
Ooh. I want to scrub my mind of this.
yeah.
Before we get to the next question, I actually did watch the first half of episode 1. And that episode is actually Nick Cannon pranking Kevin Hart and then Kevin Hart pranking Nick Cannon.
Okay.
So I only saw the Nick Cannon pranking Kevin Hart, and it was way better than anything we saw on this show. But like, it was Kevin Hart ended up going to some sort of, I don't know, he was doing some sort of promo at his like studio, his own studio, and then Nick Cannon got like 3 exotic animals to come into his studio. Apparently, Kevin Hart is terrified of animals. So he like gets up on this table. He gets up on like an island and he grabs a knife and he's like screaming, like, if anything comes out of that door, I'm gonna fucking kill it. You don't want that, Nick. Like, it was way more entertaining than this.
Also, a better prank. Like it actually, like, oh yeah, this person.
Yeah, and then
like,
Kevin Hart knew immediately. Like
Yeah.
in the preamble, they also don't spoil the whole fucking thing. They're like, they show a porcupine, and then that's the first thing Kevin Hart sees is a porcupine in his dressing room or whatever. And like Kevin Hart's, oh no, God damn it, Nick. He's like immediately on what's going on, but like there's nothing really Nick Cannon can do in this situation. And then like he goes into this other, he's like going down this hallway, like looking left, right. Like he's trying to make sure nothing's coming into the hallways as he goes between these rooms. And then at some point they get like a like an emu to come out through the door, which is like very surprising. Like what do you think's come through? You have no idea what's coming through the door. Fucking emu comes out. Like that's fucking crazy.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
Kevin Hart
emus are
gets
pretty scary.
worried about that.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they end with a freaking alligator comes out, and like no one's with the alligator. Just the alligator just walks in this room. That's pretty freaking scary.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, knowing what I know about
um,
gators, it's not doing shit.
Well,
You know what? It helps shed a little bit of light. So this has a 4.6 IMDb rating, and 70% of Google users like the show. 70. So like maybe the episode 1 was that good to get there, but like
I mean, those are the people that bothered to rate the show.
True.
well, I bothered to downrank it.
We need help with this.
Let's be clear. If this was put on, it would have been put off very quickly, and I would never go and rate it.
yeah, I would forget it.
Put this on.
Yeah, this is literally like I'm putting it off.
It's like literal selection bias.
And I was really excited because like I generally enjoy Punked, and I thought this would be a modern day Punked, maybe with more budget, and like that would have been fun. But no, nothing like it.
I think that's incorrect. No, I think this is the modern day Punked. We talked about it. I don't know if you were here where we talked about all celebrity versions like double the length of the show, and like it's always worse than the regular show. This is it. This is modern day celebrity show with real celebrities.
But Punked was celebrities only. That's
Yeah,
what
I know that was a show from 20 years ago. This is a show from 2023. That's what I'm saying. This is the modern day version.
How bad though?
Because like no shows today do the like, oh, we're gonna have lots of little segments. It's always really long segments.
Yeah. So sad.
I know, very sad. And we have the most important question. Brian, who's gonna hook up next? And why is it Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon?
Well, it's because Nick or Kevin Hart cannot get pregnant.
And we all know Nick Cannon fucks.
There's lots of evidence of that.
All right, this is definitely going to be the hardest question, guys. So think about it. What do you love about this show?
That it actually seems to like highlight friendships in like the Hollywood acting community.
All right, Max, what do you got for me?
I loved when it ended.
Noah.
Well,
I love that the pranks are like kind of lighthearted, and they're not like mean pranks really. They're kind of just like we're having fun pranks, which are what pranks are. They're they don't go too far. Noah, are we skipping you?
Yes, I can see that. Well, I'll say the redeeming thing is I really like when they were taking a meaner prank and pretending Anthony Anderson killed someone. I really enjoyed that. Really went deeper, but it didn't.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really go that far into that prank. Like, it's not like he came crawling out and like looked like he was dead.
Yeah, I really.
Or in an explosion at all.
Yeah, that would have made would really make me happy, but it didn't.
Yeah. All right. So we do a rating system. We do top, middle, bottom, third. And I usually don't go first, so I'll go first. And I usually don't stack rank in my stack ranks, but this one deserves it. It's bottom of the bottom. It's gonna be in the bottom 5. Might be bottom 1. Is fucking awful. And I don't say that a lot. So here you go. Brian, what do you got for me?
Bottom of the bottom. Next.
Noah.
Bottom of bottom. Yeah, there's few things as bad as this.
Max.
So I am kind of an infamous hater. So I think you guys may actually be surprised to hear that I think this is obviously a bottom of the bottom. Come on, this is such trash.
Good prank. Good
One
prank.
of the worst. Yeah, good prank. What's the thing Pauly D says? I'm the prank king or something. You know,
Prank War Champ.
Prank War Champ.
War Champ.
That shit was so much better than this entire show. And Pauly D and Vinny, they're celebrities. They already invented celebrity prank war.
I hate to be spoiler here, but VJ and Leah watched the show with us. Leah agreed with us, bottom of the bottom, but VJ said it was middle of the bottom. Like, what was that garbage?
That's worse.
I know. I was like, 1/9 of the shows have to be like this has to be in that group. His excuse was that he hates stupid people and he thinks there's 1/9 of the shows with more stupid people than this. So
Okay, sure.
he gave an excuse. All right, should we do some shout outs now? Some shout outs. Brian, you got a shout out this week?
Yeah, I'm catching up on Ted Lasso. I'm really enjoying this last season so far.
Season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be the last season, right? I thought that's
Yeah,
what they
yeah,
said.
yeah. Well, I didn't know. Well, I was going to ask you what season, then you said.
Oh, yeah.
And I already teed it up, so I just said it.
Okay.
Max, you got a shout out?
On the topic of Apple TV, there's a new sci-fi show on it called Silo. I watched the first episode. It's pretty decent.
Ooh.
I was watching Dave on Hulu, and this season's really good. Like, I think 3 of the episodes have been really, really good, and 2 episodes have been good for this season. It's like all about him finding love, which is like more relatable than his seasons 1 and 2, which were like about being a celebrity and dealing with success, which is less, I think, relatable. So I think this season's been pretty good. Noah, you have a shout out?
Yeah, so I found a loophole to get Apple TV Plus for a free month again.
Whoa. You shouldn't be saying you're doing illegal stuff on this podcast. It's public.
It's not illegal. So I'm beginning, everyone got like the free Apple TV for a while, but then I was looking at all my subscriptions and I got a free month of Apple One, which includes Apple TV and then like Apple News Premium, Game Premium, whatever. But anyway, so I watched a Tetris movie, pretty enjoyable, crazy story. Definitely curious how much that's true. I've been trying to binge Ted Lasso to get that all in. Yeah, and it just makes me realize there's actually a decent amount of good content on Apple TV. They might get me.
Are you going to watch Silo, the Max recommendation?
I'd like to. I'd like to watch Silo. Yeah, like there's just it's surprisingly good content on there.
We've all seen Severance, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to watch Severance.
Oh, so good.
I think Apple definitely going the route where like I care more about Apple TV, surprisingly to me, because I don't really like Apple overall. But they're
right.
like, let's do the HBO model and target adults, kind mostly, and we'll have like 1 or 2 shows on at a time. Like 20 to 30 shows a year or something. I don't know how many shows.
Yeah.
It's probably too many, but like
it's something like that. Yeah.
Whereas like Netflix is doing the exact opposite of what I want, which is like a lot of garbage, and anything they have that is like good is not great. They don't have great things usually, and anything that they've had great was before they, decided to throw spaghetti at the wall.
I don't know if I agree with that. Like,
that's fine. You can have your opinion.
Yeah, like I think Apple's hit rate is definitely much higher. But Netflix still produces good content. It's just because there's so much of it and their curation is still not quite there. It's sometimes hard to get that in there.
I mean, we can agree to disagree. I think
That's
Netflix
okay.
doesn't make great things.
Hmm.
And if it is
Okay.
great, they have had nothing to do with it.
Interesting.
Like
Yeah,
so
I
they're just
agree with that.
licensing.
Like Squid Game or movies they buy.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, I got it. I'd have to look back at what they actually are producing, but I can see that.
One anti shout out. I did watch something on Apple TV that was the most insipid garbage I've ever seen called Shrinking, as Jason Segel and Harrison Ford.
I'm in the middle of it.
Oh, I hate it.
What does insipid mean? Lack of
Uh,
flavor.
Yeah.
It's the new flavor of ice cream at Molly Moon.
I watched episode 1, and boy, I just did not like it.
So interesting. Like the trailers turned me off, but I think I'm in the middle of episode 3 now, and
Works for you? Okay.
enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
Harrison
light fare.
Ford-
I think it's light fare, but it's trying to be more than light fare, and that can be a little annoying.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't like. I don't know, something about Harrison Ford in it. I don't really like.
He's
I don't know if
terrible.
it's all his plastic surgery and Botox. I don't know.
He's a terrible actor in that show. He's there
Maybe
for the
that's it.
paycheck.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well, yeah.
all right. Tell us what you thought about this show on Twitter at Who Put This On, and I think we have a good idea of what that is. But you let us know. Maybe you're in the 70%. You can find us on
Definitely let us know.
Facebook.com/Who Put This On. Email us questions, suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. We'll see you guys next time.